today I just wanted to get on here and have a little chat about self-doubt and when self-doubt comes over, when it comes over us, and how we can manage it, I guess, and how we can bring some logic in to move through and not quit things. So things in the end, they actually add up. Sometimes you think, oh my gosh, this is taking so much energy, I'm wasting time, it's all too much. You know, things can become overwhelming. And when you're practicing something again, or, you know, learning something new, or, you know, trying to get an education so you can reach a certain point in your career, all that sort of thing, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And particularly we need to watch out for when we're tired, because often it comes over us when we're tired. And it can also come over when we're overwhelmed with certain tasks. And when tasks become hard is another thing. So our resilience is at a lower level, and you can be quite vulnerable. And in your thoughts, you can start ruminating and having a bit of an attitude problem about it all. But yeah, I guess the thing is to keep going. And I might move this over this way. Yeah, so the thing is to keep going. So I'll give you an example of this. So when I was studying to be a counsellor, I spent a lot of time on when I answered questions, on how I articulated things and how and it tended to make things a little bit longer. I was a bit of a perfectionist in it all at the time. And the way I articulated things and the way I wrote things, I was most impressed with when I read back over my answers. I didn't so much care about if I'd gotten it right. It was more about the writing. And I understand now why I was like that. It's not just about perfection, it was also about me developing my writing skills. I didn't realize at the time, because I'm an everyday writer pretty much. And it was important to me, but it's also, in the end, that effort wasn't a waste of time, because the way I articulate things now when I'm speaking, when I'm speaking and when I'm writing, and the sort of content that I write, which is psychology, self-help, bit of philosophy sort of stuff, it has come into play. I had all those years of practicing. So in the end, things join up. Things work out, even if it's not exactly on the target as to where you want to go or where you thought you would be. Things add up. Years ago, I did a photography course, and I did a visual arts course actually, and I majored in photography. And I thought, by the end of it, you know, like, I don't use that anymore. I got a job in it and all that, editing photos and things, but I didn't use it. But now that I'm filming, I'm learning things and certain softwares and about cameras and things like that, and I already have a bit of a background in it, so it has helped me. So things, you know, I didn't end up becoming a photographer, but I did use those skills. I used them in my job as a digital editor, and I'm using them now, transferring over to video. So that's just another example of the dots join in the end. So when you get down and when you get feeling vulnerable and tired and overwhelmed, don't give up. Take a rest, take a nap, take some time, reduce the tasks that you have to do, and just focus on certain ones, and then move through, and you should be okay. I think the main thing is you know, the commitment. But the commitment isn't always, you know, working at a high capacity all the time. That's not realistic. We are going to have doubts, we are going to be tired, and we are going to feel vulnerable, and we are going to think, why bother? Is this all going to be a waste of time? It's never a waste of time, even if you don't end up directly on that target. Life will take you where it wants you to go. Thanks for listening. See you later.